Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. Right, okay, sorry about the vibrating in the background. Always, isn't it? Every time you start recording, someone phones or somebody knocks on the door, somebody wants you. Right, okay, so today's Christmas project. I managed to get some of these little wax burners. I actually picked these up on a boot sale during the summer. I got 3 of these. He was doing 3 for £1.50. So, bargain. And I thought, great, I could have a few of them and do them for Christmas and see how they come out. So, anyway, let's get cracking. So we have one of these. I've had my Cricut out. And I've just printed off some little, if you can just about see that probably, Merry Christmas in gold on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and get this off. There we go. Take that off of there. Let's just scrape these bits out of here. These are, I just saw these like really cheap and I thought, oh, they might be an idea. Some people like them as a, you know, just a little gift for Christmas for somebody. So we have that. As you can see, there's the Merry Christmas. So I'm going to put some transfer paper on here. Like so. Give that a good press down. This is probably going to be quite a long video, guys, so if you don't want to watch a lengthy video, then please feel free to skip past and watch something else. Just giving you a quick heads up there because this may take a bit of time. That's the only thing with these. I've noticed that I've not had mine for very long, but I've noticed with the transfer paper and stuff, when you're trying to peel it off, it doesn't all want to come up in one go, so you have to keep laying it back down and trying to pick it up again. And I know the transfer paper can't be extremely sticky because of the nature of it not actually letting go and sticking to your bits and pieces, but you would think that there was something out there that maybe could pick it up a little bit better. As you can see here, as I'm pulling the tape back, it's not catching the edge of the letter, so you just need to give it another rub so it actually grabs hold of it. There we go. So that is now on the transfer paper, so we can get rid of that bit. Now the tricky bit is that this is flat and this isn't. So we need to try and get this as straight as possible on here. Like so. If I'm laying something like this onto like a curved object, I always take my fingers from the middle and run it out to all the edges to try and get the creases out a bit better. If it's a little bit more curved than this, then you can always make little slits in to the transfer paper, which will help you curve it round. Like so. And then again, give all them a really good push down. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. My daughter's not too well with her fibro, so I kind of got her here with me for a couple of days while her partner's working, just so I know that she's not suffering at home and she's actually eating and stuff. See, that one's not stuck on there. And it doesn't want to stick on there for some reason. Why are you not sticking on now? Always make sure your objects that you're sticking your transfers to are clean, because if they're not, then obviously the transfers won't stick. And I just peel mine back very slowly, making sure it's all stuck down properly. Again, if it's not, just lay your transfer paper back down and give it another rub. See, that one there is not on there properly. Let's get that another going over. There we go. There you have it. And there's your Merry Christmas on there, like so. Didn't do too bad with that. That looks straight enough to me. Right, okay, what did I do with the lid for my picky tool? Let's put them back away in there before they all get lost again. Right, so what I wanted to do with this was pretty this up a little bit. I have already made one. Let me grab that and show you. As a sample. There we go. So I've already done one. There is 2 tea light candles in here that I have already boxed, and if you go back and watch the previous video, you will see how to make the boxes to put those in. These are just the normal little standard metal ones to go in your wax burners. So there's a packet of those in there. I also got some, not too sure if you can see just in here, that there is wax in there as well, and there's one that side as well. So, and I bought a packet of these. Comes a bit like that, and they're in strips of 5, and I've just cut them down so there's 2 of each one. I had a winter spice and a gingerbread cookie, and they're wrapped like that. Okay, and there's two in each in there, and the little winter spice ones. Okay, so what we need to do now is, I have my glue gun on. I'm going to get some ribbon, and angle my edges in. Sorry, bear with me a second. Let me grab my lighter, because we need to burn the edges of the ribbon so it doesn't fray. Place that round there, like so, just to make sure that there's enough to go across there, like that. And then cut up there. Okay, so it's just enough to wrap around the front of there, like that. And then do that end as well. And then we can move that out of the way for a second. And then what I'm going to do on here is to stick this round the top rim of there, making sure it's about even on there, like that. Okay, and then all I like to do is get my heat gun and put a tiny little dab of glue on there. Just stick that side of the ribbon down too. And don't worry about getting your glue strands and bits of glue over the ceramic itself, because that just comes off just like that. Okay, and then pull that side round so it's nice and tight. And then glue gun again, and just place a tiny little dot of glue in there and pull that down so that's nice and tight across there, roughly about the same angle. Mind your fingers when you're doing this, guys, because it gets really hot and the glue is very hot against the ceramic as well. See, I have a tiny bit of glue stuck there, see, and that just comes off like that. Okay, so you have that so far. And I'm going to take another piece of ribbon, let's see what length roughly I want that. It's about there. I'll cut that off, and then I'm just going to lay this down here because I want to make myself a little bow to go on the front of the tea light candle, and I want to get it roughly the same. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue just on the centre there. Oops. And stick that side down to there, like so. And then I want to try and get this side roughly the same as that side. So I'm just going to pinch it in the middle there like that till I'm happy. And then hold that out the way. Another little dab of glue on there. I just push that down. Again, mind your fingers. This glue gun I have is actually, it's like an industrial one. it's a handyman's glue gun, so let's snip that off there. I've just got that, and it gets extremely hot, so but it's not been on for too long yet, luckily. So, and then I'm going to put a band around the middle of the bow, so I'm just going to use this little cut off piece and put a little dab of glue on there. Stick that onto there. And then I'm going to wrap that around the centre. That's not in the centre. It needs to be moved over a bit. That was better. So wrap that round the middle. Put another dab of glue on there. Just wrap that round like so, and give it a pinch and cut that bit off. Oh, that didn't stick on there too well, did it? Nothing ever goes how you want it to when you're filming, you've noticed. Okay, and then just do that. It doesn't fray, so you just have a cute little bow there. Okay, and then I'll put a little piece of glue on here. Sorry, I have to do this out of your view at the moment for a second because I can't get my hands all tangled up and see if it's straight and in the centre. Like so. Let's get rid of the glue strings. Oh God, they're everywhere. That's the one thing I hate about glue guns is the strings everywhere. It's like cobwebs, isn't it? Okay, so there you go. Got your Merry Christmas on there. And you have your bow as well. Okay, so I'm just going to set that to one side for a moment. I'm going to move all these out of the way. Now, what I wanted to do is I've already got one of these. As I said, if you go back and watch my last video, it will show you how to make these. So I'm not going to go through that process with you again. What I do have is these little pieces here. I was going to show you how I wrapped these up. So let's just grab them out of there. These are just little wax burner blocks. Oh, they smell so heavenly. Okay, and I've just put two of them together like so with a little strip of paper. These are the gingerbread cookie ones, so I picked a cream and gold for them. Okay, I've just scored that down one side. These I got from Home Bargains. You get them in a pack of 10. I think they was, oh, I can't remember now if they was 99p or 1.59, around that sort of price. They're not too expensive, and as I said, if you break them down into their little slices, you get quite a few out of them and you can use them for different things. So I've just cut a strip of paper. It's 2 inches wide and it's 3 inches long. which I found is just enough for these. I scored it one end just so it's enough to kind of hold that like that. And then I just wrap these around there so it's nice and tight and they're not going anywhere. Okay. And then just a little strip of glue on there. That glue wants to go everywhere. I've just refilled it so it's all, look, wants to spurt out everywhere on me. I did have a baby wipe. It's vanished. So much stuff on my table at the moment. 20 different Christmas ideas going on at the same time. So they're wrapped up like so. Okay. And then all I done was I used the computer and I just printed out, that says gingerbread cookie ×2 on there. Okay. So I just stuck them on there so people know what's in there, what scent they are. I've made a tiny little flower using my Fiskars punch and just stick that on there. When you're decorating these, don't push down too hard on them because you will snap the wax melt in half if you push down too hard on it. So just hold it there gently for a second, just let the glue stick. Okay, so that's them. As you can see, look, there's pieces are breaking off of them and falling all over the place all the time. So you may be better off with the other ones that I done. I sat here and previously made them all up to begin with, and then you can obviously, you know, clean up all your wax mess and get that out of the way with. Right, now I have some A3 sheets of card to make the boxes with for these. And lucky enough it was in a dark red, so similar sort of colour, not too far off. Now this card is not quite long enough to make these boxes, so I have made the box from this, and then to join the box where the closure is going to be, I just cut an inch strip, scored it down the middle. Okay, I bend it in half like so. That is the right length, and then I'm just going to literally angle in the edges just like so, and that will be to hold my box together. Okay, so taking this, I will read you out the sizes for this box. Obviously you need the A3. A lot of these wax burners come in a standard size, the cheaper ones, so this should fit it. But obviously measure your candle first before your wax burner, sorry. Right, okay, so I'm going to score this starting across the long side. Okay, and I am going to score it at 4 1/8. Okay, and then I'm going to go across to 8 1/4 and score it again there. Okay, I see what I mean about the wax getting everywhere. And then all I do is that second score line I made, put that to move it across to your 4 1/8 mark. Okay, and then again just go to your 8 1/4 mark. and score down there again, like so. Okay, that is your 4 sides for your box, and that works out evenly across your paper. Okay, now this way, and turn it round this way. Obviously it's much too long and it hangs off the end of your board, so I'll show you my trick that I use for this. Okay, and on this we are going to score at 3.5 inches, so just go down about 3/4 of the way of your board. Okay, don't go off this edge bit because you'll be going all skew-wiffy everywhere. 3.5 and 8. Okay, like so. And then all I do with this to get it scored on the other side is, if you take your scorer, just lightly put it in where you've made that previous score mark there. If you move it, wiggle it about a little bit, it will slit itself into the score mark that's already been done. Okay, and then you can just follow that up there like so. Okay, like that, and we can get this moved out the way. Then I am going to cut up these 3 score marks just to that mark there. This was just my own measurement of a box that could fit this. You can make whatever boxes you like. You can, again, if you're doing them for craft fair, I think they look better boxed up. I don't personally like the cellophane and stuff for bagging these up. There's not enough in it to fill up the cellophane, and to me it just looks a little bit tacky. But again, that's personal preference. Okay, so what I wanted to do, as I've done with this one, is I put a window on the front and I've put acetate in there. Okay, so we get one of these. I want the smaller one to begin with. Okay, this was a new set. It's just what I had in my box with all my dies. Pencil. Taking the smaller one first, I'm just going to kind of line that up there, so it looks central. Okay, and I'm going to draw around that. Like so. Move that one out of the way. You will need a craft knife for this. Okay. Cut out this square. I've not done it on one of the edges, obviously because they're going to be stuck against this piece, so it will weaken it a little bit. So just carefully follow your lines. Okay, like so. and then just pop that out. Is it going to come out? That side's not been cut as well. There we go, like so. Okay, that's to one side. Just rub out any pencil marks around that edge where you drawed your window on, like so. And then I'm going to turn this over because I want to cut a piece of acetate. Okay, I had this acetate, it was on Create and Craft, I think. They was doing a Christmas pack, I think it was last year, and I've still got lots and lots of it left, so I thought, well, as it's got the little flurries of snow on it, I might as well use that, as it's all for Christmas stuff. Okay, let's move that back out of the way. Get rid of that. So you've got your little acetate square, okay, and just make sure that it does fit within your score lines. And now I'm just going to put a bit of glue just on the very edges of that. Place that in now. I like to take my bone folder and just kind of squidge that glue out a bit in there, just to make sure that it's bonded nicely, it's stuck down well. Okay, and just take any spillages off. It's on the inside of the box, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, at this point I would go ahead and do all your, fold all your score lines. So, and I'm just going to flip this back over again. Now, what I'm going to do, while I've still got it laying down, I'm going to cut out this edge piece and get that stuck on. So, I have my little mini Gemini and my die. That on there. Just cut that out. And this die doesn't want to cut extremely well, so I'm going to sandwich it in here. But what I'm going to do is use another piece of paper. I've got a scrap piece here somewhere. That will do. And cut a chunk of that off. And I'm actually going to sandwich this in on top of here, just so it cuts thicker. Okay. Oh, that might be a bit too thick. I know how temperamental this little Gemini is. That's not going to go through there. you've got the tiniest little sliver of paper hanging out the edge, and it will not go through. So let's just put that in there like that. As you can see, it's well used, extremely bent up. And then run that through there a few times. Like so. Now hopefully that would have cut it properly this time, because last time I had to sit here and go round it all with my scissors myself. Right, that bit's okay. And then let's have a look. Let's see if these bits all came out okay. I think with this card as well, it's because the coating on it is kind of like a plasticky, it just doesn't, it kind of keeps pushing and pushing and pushing at it, but doesn't want to cut it properly. I suppose it depends on what sort of card you're using, but this is the only gold I had here at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to stick my box together quickly. So I'm going to take my strip, make sure you glue it right up to that edge. Stick that down onto the middle there, like so. God, I'm being very messy today with this glue. Okay, like that. And then you should be able to just fold that over the top and turn it around that way so you can actually see. And that should line up quite nicely with the edge of that, like so. So I'm just going to do the same with this side. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to turn this around this way for a moment just so I can make sure that's lined up properly. Put that onto there, like so. Give that a good varnish. Make sure all that glue's stuck down properly. Okay, so you have your basis of your box. Okay, now it's up to you what end you want to tuck in. I like to try both of mine first, see what end I like the best. I think that's going to be the top of my box. So I'm just going to open this back out again so I can lay that flat again on there. And just decorate this front bit. It's a lot easier to do this when it's laying down flat, obviously. Some glue along the edge. And just some little dobs on there so it's not going to get caught or come off anywhere. that on there like so. This glue dries clear as well, so I don't have to worry about my spillages so much. I'll just give that a push down on there. It takes a second to hold to the acetate. And that seems to all be good. Okay. And then again, I'm just going to move that to one side for a second. And I'm going to bring my flower moulding mat back in. And I have a poinsettia die. It's only a small one. I'm just going to use a piece of this card that I cut off and cut one in that. All these big machines I have everywhere, and I do love this little one just for sitting here doing little bits like this. There's that one. And then I just got a matching pattern piece. Like so. Again, move them out the way and get rid of that. Okay, so I'm just going to turn both of them over. And just going to mould these leaves a bit so we have a more natural curved flower. So, okay, let's move that out of the way. I'll bring this back in. I'm just going to attach this flower to the front of the box, right in the corner of that window. So, and then I find a flat back pearl about the right sort of size. I think that one will do. Wish I had some gold flatbacks, but I don't have any at the moment because that would have looked lovely in the centre of there. But obviously if you haven't got one, then you have to make do. But that colour goes anyway because it goes with the white that's on there and the wax burner itself. Kind of sets it off just nicely. So that's that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is stand, let's just show you that on there quickly. Okay, so that's all done there. I'm going to stand this upside down to begin with. I'm going to tuck in the two sides, the back and then the front. Okay, lay it down like that. Get the glue Okay. And if you lay it down so it's flush against the side, you will get a nice square finish on there, okay, once that's stuck down. So there's your box with the bottom all tucked down and stuck. I wish I had a top facing camera to show you this next bit. If I fold these back out the way, you might be able to see. So how I decorate these boxes now, okay, I have a bag of artificial snow. So we're just going to take a little bit of that and put it, scatter it over the bottom of the box like so, okay, just to make it look a bit prettier. I'm going to take my wax burner. This box with the candles, the tea light candles in, is going to go in the box behind the tea light holder. And the reason I've done that is just because it holds it in the box tightly and doesn't allow it to move anywhere. Okay, so that goes in there like so. You can see that just tucked down in there. Okay, and make sure that Merry Christmas is straight across the front there. And then taking one each of these, I place them down in the front corners, so they're just facing that front window, and you can just see them peeking through. So one in that corner, just tilt you, it will move, so don't worry about it. It's just that the top lip of this is bigger than the actual vase bit, so it will move around. There you go, see, and then once they are in there like that, it is all held tight and it's not going anywhere. Okay, and then all I like to do to finish this off with a bit of decoration, again, take a bit of snow, okay, and I like to just put some snow in the top there, like so. And then I've got Arteza glitters, okay, just sprinkle a little bit of dark red on there so it matches the box. It all looks pretty, okay, and that is virtually it, guys. You may want to print yourself off something, a little note or something, or attach it to the back of the box, wherever, just to say that they need to remove the ribbon from the wax burner before they actually light a candle, because there's no guarantees that it's if it's flammable or not. So, you know, you may just want to give people a heads up on that. And then I just tuck the sides of your box in, fold the back down, and then the front flap, glue all over so it's held down really well. Okay, just make sure your box is all squared up, and then lay that down. Make sure that's straight on there, like so. And there you have it, guys. There is your wax burner with your tea light candles and your wax melts all boxed, pretty and ready to go. Okay, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. As I said, you can pick these wax burners, you can pick them up really cheap in pound shop sell them. You know, you've just got to make yourself a box that fits the wax burner, and you can pick up bags of wax melts for pennies. So, you know, it does work out quite well to do these, and you can sell them at a price that you think is acceptable for your area that you're in, or what people want to pay out for them. So that's today's project, guys. Thanks ever so much again for being here with me today. Love to you all, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.